Hi, I'm Jenn Bodnar with Yoga Digest, and I'm so excited to sit with my friend and yoga teacher, Marie Wilbert. Jean is a 500-hour yoga therapist. She's been teaching for over 10 years. Jean, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
So today we are going to talk about a very complex muscle called the psoas. You talk about it all the time. What is it? Where is it? And why are you so obsessed with it?
It's a massive muscle, and it's located right in the middle of your body, actually, and it starts from T12, and it runs down both sides of the spine, attaches to the lumbar vertebrae. It runs behind your stomach and your intestines, and it goes right over that hip socket, and then it continues to go through all the way inside into your femur bone.
I'm already lost. This is so complex. So what's its function? I mean, why is it so important? You talk about it a lot.
Yeah, the main function, it is a hip flexor. You hear it, more and more people refer to it more of a hip flexor than you hear of psoas muscle.
Okay.
So what it does, it dictates actually how we walk. That's its main function. Oh. But in yoga, the psoas is involved with so much, with every pose, how we twist, how we fold, how we pull our knees in, how we take our leg back. The psoas is completely involved with everything that we do. So that's why I love to talk about it in yoga, because it's more than just a muscle. It's a fear-based muscle. It says anytime that you've had any kind of trauma, you've gotten jolted, or you're in that fight or flight action, that emotion, fear, gets literally stored into that muscle. And what yin's really all about is we're trying to peel away all of that old yuck that gets stored into our tissues and stored into our muscles. And that's why I love the psoas, because you can look at anybody's body and you can see it in the pelvis. You can see it in their low back when it's really shrink wrapped, meaning the muscle has so much emotional tension and physical tension inside that muscle.
So you were going to show us today some poses that will stretch the psoas, right?
Well, let's go back and say not stretched.
Okay.
You technically can't stretch the psoas because it's so deep within us. And tension, when you talk about a muscle and it says when a muscle is tight, yes, you get them on the floor and then you can say we're going to stretch it. But because the muscle is so long, it's 16 inches long, and it's so deep within our body, it's like a filet mignon, it's really thick. And so we can only release it and lengthen it.
Okay.
So we always want to go with that in mind, knowing that we're going to release the psoas more than stretch the psoas.
Sounds awesome. Let's do it.
So the top 3 poses I feel that are the best to release the psoas. The first one would be, it's called constructive rest position.
Okay.
So all you would do is come to your back.
I can do that.
You'd bend your knees, feet to the mat, arms right by your side.
Okay.
And you'd rest.
This
is it. You'd lay here, and they say anytime you want to release, right, it's always at least 2 minutes to 20 minutes. So if you feel like your back body is just feeling tension, all you have to do is lay here. And I always say, because it's part of releasing, you have to pause for at least 2 minutes.
So what's happening here? Because what I'm noticing right away is my low back.
In your low back, and what happens is what it is, it's actually starting to lengthen the psoas. Because the psoas, remember, runs behind you, behind your belly, behind your intestine. So we're actually just trying to lengthen it out and make it even. Keeping your hips square, feet square, actually just brings balance to the psoas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So to hold this pose, it would be anywhere from 2 to 20 minutes to rest your psoas and help release it. And right after sitting here for about 2 to 20 minutes, we'd go into the next pose. And we immediately come right to hands and knees.
Okay.
We'll start there. And then bring your right foot in between your hands. Just step it through, right? And we'll have this block here to hold on to. I want you to lift your back knee off the mat. And I'm going to place this right in front of your kneecap. Not on top of it, but in front. And we're going to really allow your leg to really drop down into the block. And you can feel it right where the quad is connecting to the kneecap. You can feel that, right? So if the quad is tight, it's going to start pulling on your pelvis where your psoas is connected to the inside of the leg. So by just releasing it and having your foot, I call it sunny side up, just softening it there and holding again this pose for 2 to 20 minutes.
20 minutes, wow.
Yeah, but I think the average person probably will be lucky to stay 5. So this is a great, lovely release. And you know my word is delicious, right? This is not so delicious now, but it will be delicious when you come out. Okay, so the next pose you would go into is called Supine Baddha Konasana. But we would use it with blocks, and it would be a supported Supine Baddha Konasana. Okay. So again, go back to your back.
All right.
I'll grab both these blocks,
Right.
put the soles of your feet together, and then just put these blocks right underneath your legs, right into the knees, so they're supported. So when you have any kind of prop and your body is leaning into it, actually your mind and your body start connecting and they say, oh, I'm safe. So it really starts to surrender into the pose. And because the psoas runs right inside to that femur bone, this is a great little release to open up. And again, we're lengthening the psoas from the back body as we're getting it all the way down into the femur bone. And again, 2 to 20 minutes and holding here. Yeah, I highly recommend doing these 3 poses every day. If you're an athlete, a runner, a cyclist, or if you sit all day, they will give so much benefits for any kind of low back issues or any hip issues.
Thank you. That was awesome. I feel amazing. And thank you for sharing that with our viewers. I'm so blessed that I get to come to your class anytime I want to. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more tips from the experts on how to be happy, healthy, awesome, and pain-free.